The prophetic clock thunders as the seventh seal cracks open, unleashing the day of the Lord, the climactic year of God's wrath in Daniel's 70th week. Revelation 8, verse 1, describes a silence in heaven when the seventh seal is opened, signaling the final chapter of the tribulation. This isn't just a moment, it's the culmination of God's judgment, poured out through trumpets in Revelation 8 to 11 and bowls in Revelation 16. Let's unpack this carefully to see why it's a one-year explosion of divine justice. Revelation 11, verse 19, and Revelation 16, verses 18 to 21, tie the trumpets and bowls together with shared signs, lightning, thunder, earthquakes, and hail, marking the day of the Lord's wrath. These echo the plagues of Egypt in Exodus 7 to 12, where God judged a rebellious nation. Joel 2, verses 1 to 2, calls it a day of darkness and gloom, while Zephaniah 1, verses 14 to 15, says it's a day of distress and anguish. Isaiah 13, verses 9 to 11, warns the proud will be humbled when the Lord shakes the earth. This is no ordinary day. It's God's final reckoning, culminating in Yeshua's return, per Revelation 19, verses 11 to 16, to crush his enemies. Now, let's dive into my interpretation, and I'll explain why it makes sense. The Abomination, at 3.5 years, likely follows the third seal, escalating to the fourth's death, per Revelation 6, 7, 8, with the six seals' cosmic signs, per Revelation 6, 12, 17, coming later. My interpretation, as Scripture doesn't tie seals to years. The Abomination of Desolation, fixed at the tribulation's midpoint, exactly 3.5 years, as Daniel 9:27 and Matthew 24, verse 15 state, marks when the Antichrist breaks the covenant, possibly the Abraham Accords, as we saw in video 2, and defiles the temple. This midpoint, urging Jews to flee, per Matthew 24, verses 16 to 21, likely falls between the third and fourth seals in Revelation 6. As the first four seals, conqueror, war, famine, and death, build the tribulation's first half. This leaves the seventh seal in Revelation 8:1 as the final year, year 7, unleashing the day of the Lord. Why a one-year day of the Lord? In God's prophetic perspective, a day can represent a year, as seen in Ezekiel 4, verses 5 to 6, where a day equals a year of judgment, or Numbers 14, verse 34, with Israel's 40 years tied to 40 days. If each seal is a year in the tribulation's 7-year timeline, the seventh seal's day of the Lord fits as a one-year climax, packed with trumpets and bowls, God's swift, decisive wrath. This year-long day of the Lord, though my interpretation, aligns with the tribulation structure, where judgments escalate to Yeshua's return. The church, raptured before this, per Revelation 4, from video 7, Israel and tribulation saints face them, like the 144,000 sealed in Revelation 7, verses 1 to 8. Are we, as Christians, trusting in Yeshua's victory, living ready for the rapture before his final year erupts? The prophetic clock tolls its fiercest alarm, proclaiming the day of the Lord and Yeshua's triumphant reign.